as a nation, we saw the law change, with same-sex marriage being legalised. This was a big leap for the LGBT community, yet this opportunity is not granted in Northern Ireland, despite being within the UK. In this show, Nancy will be expressing her thoughts on love and equality and speaking to an advocate within the community. Whether you say Shaviek, Amor, I or love, stay tuned in to see Charlotte meeting international students in Exeter, asking them what is love for them and inside their cultures. New figures from the British phonographic industry show an 80% increase in 2015 in streaming within the UK compared to 2014. And later on in the show, Craig will be meeting a massive music fan and discovering the passion people hold for music. US website Hopes and Fears shockingly revealed the UK's divorce rate is 42%, the third worst globally. Next, Ruth will be explaining the history of love and revealing the secrets to a long and happy marriage. Here at Identity, we are asking, what is love?
Valentine's Day is a festivity celebrated globally on the 14th of February. However, the history of Valentine's Day and the story of its patron is masked in mystery, but more on that later. Before St. Valentine's claim to fame came Cupid, the Roman god of love. Modern images of Cupid illustrate him as a chubby, winged cherub, although in early Greek art he was drawn to be a slender adolescent. Unknown to most is under the modernised version of Cupid lies a character who is fickle, playful and perverse. Another ancient Greek symbol of love is a red rose, and the rose was sacred to a number of goddesses, the ancient Greeks and Romans. Still to this day, a red rose is symbolic to love and remains the most powerful symbol of Valentine's Day. Scottish poet Robert Burns didn't compare his love to a red rose for nothing. Associated with beauty and perfection, red roses are a time-honoured way to say I love you. Oh my love, like a red rose that's newly sprung in June. Oh my love's like the melody that's sweetly played in tune. So now we've looked at the symbols of love, let's venture back in time and answer those questions shrouding the puzzling history of St. Valentine. In order to hunt down an example of true love, I headed to Exminster to interview Maggie Wood, married for 50 years, to teach us a little secret into a lifetime of love.
In the worst, coldest winter in London ever. We met, oh dear, I used to walk past where Dave worked on my way to school. I was 14. And he worked in the greengrocer's shop, and me and my friends thought he was so handsome. We all liked him and we all wanted to go out with him, if that was the term. One night, me and my friend was in the park, and all of a sudden this big stone came whizzing past my head. This is so true. And I looked round and it was Dave had thrown a big stone at me. And I went, did you throw that stone? And he said, yeah, come over here. So I said, why? I want to speak to you. So that was very romantic, obviously. So I went over and he said, chat, and walked me home and arranged to meet a couple of nights later at the pictures, and that was our first date. You know, if it's worth it, you need to try to work at it. Otherwise, it's so easy today to give up and walk away and, you know, leave it all behind, but you just didn't do that in my day. I got engaged when I was 16, so we were together for a year, and I always remember we had enough in the little post office book to go and get the engagement ring, and do you know, I can remember how much it was.
How much was it?
I still got it, obviously, and I would have worn it if I'd have known that. I didn't know any of this. It was £16, and that was a lot of money. We've been saving up for and it was £16. And I know me and Dave was suited all those years ago.
50 years of marriage is a great example of love. Someone who is possibly the greatest advocate of love is Valentine himself, a Roman priest who defied the Emperor Claudius to marry soldiers in secret. He was then condemned to be beaten to death with clubs. The fact remains that this holiday is historically rooted in something worth celebrating: love.
Music is a big part of someone's character, none more so than Callum Dickinson. Callum's love for music is undeniable, and there isn't a day where he goes without it. I caught up with the teenager to delve into his passion.
I didn't have something that inspired me to listen to music. It was more like my granddad and then my dad. We'd always used to listen to like old jazz, like Frank Sinatra, Nina Simone, Ella Fitzgerald, like people like that, just like all the classics. And
Surrounded by music posters, CDs and vinyls, Callum's bedroom is his shrine, and a place where he first started to play his first instrument, the guitar.
I started playing guitar about 3, maybe 4 years ago, and the main reason I started playing guitar was one of my old best friends from school, who I still talk to and meet every now and then. I always used to go around his house and like we used to play Xbox, and in between you'd just be playing, or he'd be playing his guitar while playing Xbox, which is ridiculous. But I used to watch him and just thought, oh, that's so cool. I just want to be able to do that and just like play my favourite songs I can.
Callum's love for music doesn't go unnoticed, especially by his mum, Lee, who often finds her son on his iPod the majority of the time.
Callum's always loved music, more so over the last few years when he started playing in the band, and then when he taught himself to play the guitar, which was really amazing because nobody in my family is musical at all really. He's always got his iPod on in the car. We get in the car in the morning. As soon as we leave, that's it. I can't get a word out of him. He's sat in the back seat and I ask a question and never get a reply.
Well, I'd like to think that it would like not remain the same but only grow like even larger than it is, and like my love for music at the moment is just like so deep, and like I don't know, it's just music is just such like a big part of my life and such a big thing for me. Like it means so much to me because, as like I know lots of people say it, but it has genuinely helped me so many times and like saved my life quite a few times.
This has been Craig Doherty reporting for Identity.
According to Wikipedia, there are as many forms of love as there are lovers. Love can mean an intensive feeling of affection, an emotion, or imply an emotional state. After a year living in Senegal, I found something curious. Both men and women tend to stand very close to each other and hold hands, even when they are not a couple, and that's how they express their friendship. Compared to Spain, where I'm from, where 2 men are holding hands means couple. So I decided to ask some international students, what does love mean to them?
Love.
Oi.
Ich liebe dich. Also in der Schweiz tun wir das eigentlich nicht wirklich zelebrieren. Wir tun einfach dem, wo wir lieben, ein Blümchen schenken oder eine Rose oder ein Herzchen oder Schoki.
Well, Valentine's Day in England is a lot about spoiling your partner. So you'll do things like breakfast in bed, flowers, gifts, all that sort of thing.
Couples just go out, maybe have a nice dinner at a fancy restaurant or watch a movie together.
Ja, also wir haben halt viele Berge in der Schweiz und wir tun mega gerne wandern und ich liebe Wandern sehr extrem.
One of my favourite traditions in this country is a good Sunday roast. I sort of love bringing all the family together around the table and really enjoying a good Sunday meal. That's probably my favourite.
There's a festival which is called Mid-Autumn Festival. People, friends and family, they meet each other on that day, just to for reunion. I like cycling. I like playing guitar.
Ich liebe ganz extrem Jockey von der Schweiz. Ich habe da extra etwas mitgebracht, und zwar Toblerone. Das ist Jockey aus der Schweiz. Die hat da auf der Seite so das Matterhorn. Das ist ein grosser Berg, wo wir in der Schweiz haben. Und ich gehe auch ganz gerne dort spazieren.
I love arts. I love the sort of progression in arts these days. I love watching cinema, movies, games and all that.
For friends, maybe we will send each other presents. Maybe. For family, if we do love each other, we meet a lot.
Wir gehen einfach zu jemandem her und dann flirten wir mit dem flirten, so wie man das in anderen Ländern auch macht. Und dann zeigen wir ihm, dass wir ihn lieben, indem wir ihm Blümchen schenken oder Schoki.
I think in England, love, a lot of people shy away from love. It's sort of not something that a lot of people talk about. But when it comes down to expressing it and showing it, it's all about doing something for someone else.
USA, because they love people there love their country, and they're loyal to their country, and they love their own culture.
Brazilians, you see a lot in the sports especially, they're very passionate about their national teams and sports in general.
Also ich glaube, Franzosen sind ganz gut im Lieben, oder auch im Zeigen, wie sie sich einander lieben und dass sie sich einander gerne haben. Und sie haben sehr schöne Sprache und das ausdrücken.
Everyone is entitled to love and to be loved, whether you're lesbian, gay, bisexual or transgender. Same-sex marriages were legalised in 2014 in the UK, which now means that same-sex couples can demonstrate their love in their relationship through marriage. In this day and age, it is absurd to question the love of two individuals, but unfortunately, homophobia is still found within our society. With that being said, it is clear that LGBT awareness has grown significantly over the years with various support from celebrities such as Daniel Radcliffe, Anne Hathaway, Barack Obama and many more. In fact, Barack Obama himself has stated that he wishes to eliminate prejudice everywhere it exists and to celebrate the great diversity of the American people. I've been talking to a student from Exeter called James about his personal views of LGBT and love. So James, how would you define love?
I would define love as a connection between two people so strong that you can overlook their flaws even if they cause problems between the two of you.
And if you could summarise love in one word, what would it be?
I'd summarise love as trust, because without trust you can't really have any sort of relationship.
So with regards to LGBT, what are your wishes for the community of LGBT?
I think they should continue pushing forward for stuff. I think they have same-sex marriage at the moment, but if you look sort of around the world in places like Uganda and in Brazil and stuff like that, there are people who are getting killed for being gay, and I think Western LGBT should focus on that going forward just to solve it.
Yeah, definitely. So would you say that love between straight people is different to the love between same-sex couples?
I would say at the base root of things it's similar, but if you're sort of in public as a gay couple it's quite different because you're quite aware of the fact that you might get people shouting at you or attacking you for showing affection.
watching Identity, where we've asked, what is love? Thank you for watching and for sharing your thoughts with us as always. Next week, we will be asking the question, what does your political views say about you? Till next time, good night.